Hello everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. A day is still a long time in politics. Every minute, every hour, equations can change. And if it is election season, you can expect the unthinkable. For example, who would have thought that amid the negotiations of the Mahavikas Aghadi, Ajit Pawar will join hands with Devendra Fadnavis and take an early morning oath of office? The incident shocked the entire Maharashtra. Something similar happened in Uttar Pradesh recently. On Saturday, I spoke about Dalit leaders being missing in action this election season. How Mayawati and Chandrasekhar Azad both are not seen in this election campaigning. Although on Saturday itself, Bhim Army Chief Chandrasekhar Azad Ravan said that he will not be making an alliance with the Samajwadi Party. It's election season, equations make or break, not a big deal, but this was in fact a big deal because this time around the initial impression from both the sides was that the alliance has already been finalized. So what went wrong? Where did the talks get spoiled? Today we will talk about all these questions in our video, but before that, once George Orwell had said, "In a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act." At HW News, we stand with unbiased and honest journalism. We report the truth, but we cannot do it alone. We require your support for that, not only in terms of viewership and helping our content reach masses, but also financially. If you think the content we bring to you, the analysis and interviews we bring are worth it, then please do subscribe to HW News. Go to our website www.hwnews.in/subscribe. You will see different options available. You can select one-time payment options too if you do not want the recurring payment option. Even a smallest of contribution can take us a long way. So please do support us and do pay us. Now moving on to today's topic. On Thursday, when Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav and Bhim Army Chief Chandrasekhar Azad Ravan met, the impression was that the alliance will be finalized and Azad's political outfit, Azad Samaj Party, will join the broader alliance stitched by Akhilesh Yadav ahead of UP elections. It was a general understanding that Azad will conduct a press conference and then announce the alliance officially on Saturday. However, the scenario had completely changed on Saturday when Azad not only refused the alliance with Samajwadi Party but also had an outburst against Akhilesh Yadav in front of the media. He said that the Samajwadi Party does not need Dalit votes. On the other hand, when Akhilesh Yadav was asked about this, he said that it was Chandrasekhar Azad who refused the alliance. So there are two versions of the story, but before talking about the two versions of the story, let us understand why exactly Chandrasekhar Azad and Akhilesh Yadav alliance was considered so important from the perspective of UP election. Let us first talk about OBC vote bank. As we had discussed earlier, Akhilesh Yadav, this time to counter BJP, is banking on the consolidation of the OBC votes. While he is confident of Yadav OBC votes going in his favor, to appeal to the non-Yadav OBC voters, he inducted the community's top leaders into the party. Many of them were sitting MLAs and ministers in the BJP government. Apart from that, Akhilesh Yadav has stitched an alliance with several smaller parties to bolster his party's chances in the upcoming polls. Samajwadi Party has also stitched an alliance with Jayant Chaudhary-led RLD, that is Rashtriya Lok Dal. Earlier, the Samajwadi Party and the Suhel Dev Bharatiya Samaj Party of OP Rajbhar had also announced their alliance. The alliance partners have clear strategic vision. The RLD will focus on Western UP and try to capitalize on the farmers' anger against BJP over the 3 farm laws. OP Rajbhar's Suhel Dev Samaj Party will reach out to the OBC community. The recent inductions will address the non-Yadav OBC representation. So this was the clear strategic plan behind stitching a broader alliance by Akhilesh Yadav. Now let us talk about the Dalit vote bank in the state. Now UP's Dalit voters are also one important electoral community. They form about 20% of the entire population, and the community's tallest leader Mayawati had a failed attempt at aligning with Samajwadi Party in 2019. The alliance broke off shortly after the results of 2019 Lok Sabha election were announced. Even in election season now, Mayawati is pretty much missing from the scene. On the other hand, Bhim Army, which started off as a movement-based organization, has forayed into electoral politics. Bhim Army was at the forefront when it came to CAA protest and NRC protest in the state. Although he too remains absent from election campaigning at large, as compared to BSP, the presence is relatively better. So it was a natural assumption that in absence of Mayawati, Chandrasekhar Azad would be able to capture the Dalit votes in the state. Also, the equation was fitting. 40 to 41% OBCs and 20% Dalits equal to 60 to 61% of the vote bank that Akhilesh Yadav was trying to address. However, this possibility went south. Now let us talk about two versions of the same story. On Saturday, Chandrasekhar Azad conducted a press conference in Lucknow where he ruled out the possibility of an alliance between his party, Azad Samaj Party, and the Samajwadi Party for the upcoming Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections. Addressing the press conference, Chandrasekhar Azad said that he unified the Bahujan Samaj and kept meeting Samajwadi Party leader Akhilesh Yadav for the last 6 months. Azad said he was in Lucknow for 2 days to meet Akhilesh Yadav. He said, and I quote, "I had left the responsibility on Akhilesh Yadav, but he insulted me by not calling me." He further alleged that Akhilesh Yadav could not understand social justice and he also kept silent on matters related to Dalits. He said that he considered Akhilesh Yadav as his elder brother. But he said his fight for social justice will continue and he will unite the opposition or else he will fight by himself. Let us understand what he said.
तो मैं समझता हूँ उत्तर प्रदेश में चुनाव है और आप सबको जानने में दिलचस्पी है कि कल जो मुलाकात हुई थी बिल्कुल उसके बाद हम लोग गठबंधन में कितनी सीटों पे जा रहे हैं, कहां से लड़ने वाले हैं, ये सब चीजें आपके मन में। मैं भी 2 दिन से मीडिया के लोगों से बात नहीं कर रहा था क्योंकि मैं भी अपनी चीजों को फाइनलाइज कर रहा था, क्योंकि आदमी जो जितना आदमी बड़ी बड़ी बातें करता है या कुछ भी कहता है उन बातों पे उसका टिका रहना बहुत जरूरी होता है। तो मैं उतना ही बोलता हूँ जितना मेरे अंदर हिम्मत होती है, उससे फालतू नहीं बोलता हूँ। मैं समझता हूँ कि 6 महीने पहले से हमने भी ये प्रयास किया था कि बहुजन समाज 85% बहुजन समाज इकट्ठा हो, जिसके लिए हमने अखिलेश जी पे भरोसा किया कि वो इस आंदोलन को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। और 6 महीने से लगातार हमारी मुलाकातें भी हुई, सकारात्मक बातें। हमारे जो मुद्दे थे, क्योंकि आप जिसके साथ गठबंधन में जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि सरकार बनने के बाद वो तानाशाही हो जाता है और पिछला कुछ इस तरह का कार्यकाल भी एक लंबा समय का रहा है। तो जो मुद्दे थे जैसे प्रमोशन रिजर्वेशन का मामला, सामाजिक न्याय का मामला, बैकलॉग का मामला, सब पे बात हुई। मुस्लिम साथियों को भी उन्होंने 18-19% आरक्षण देने की बात की थी। सब चीजें बात होने के बावजूद मैं समझता हूं कि सब चीजें, क्योंकि घोषणा करना और उन पे खड़े रहना, मुझे जवाब देना है समाज को। 2 अप्रैल के मुकदमे सरकार ने लगाए, इस सरकार को रोकने का हमने तमाम तरह से प्रयास किया और इसलिए से 2 दिन से मैं यहाँ हूं। 1 महीना 10 दिन से हमारी बातचीत चली और अंत तक पहुंची, क्योंकि पिछले 9 साल से लगातार हम बहुजन समाज के लोगों को इकट्ठा करने का काम कर रहे हैं। बड़ी मुश्किल से हम अपने लोगों के अंदर रीढ़ की हड्डी पैदा कर पाए। उनका विश्वास टूट गया था कि भाई वो आगे नहीं बढ़ पाएंगे, क्योंकि जब हमारे आंदोलन की विचारधारा बदली, जो पिछला आंदोलन था, तो तकलीफ हुई। अच्छा, इस विषय में ये भी याद दिला दूं कि आज बहन जी का जन्मदिन है, तो माननीय बहन जी को भी जो है जन्मदिन की हार्दिक बधाई। वो दीर्घायु हो, स्वस्थ रहें और उनके लंबी उम्र की मैं कामना करता हूं तथागत खुद से। भरपूर प्रयास किए गए, क्योंकि हमारे लोगों का एक भरोसा है। पिछली बार जो अखिलेश जी की सरकार में हुआ, उनको ये डर है कि अगर हमारा लीडर वहां नहीं होगा तो कल जो सरकार बन जाएगी हमारे लोगों के वोट से, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि उनपे सारे मुद्दों पे बात हो पाए, क्योंकि जो उनकी पार्टी से शेड्यूल कास्ट के लीडर जीत के जाएंगे या नहीं भी जाएंगे, वो बेचारे अपने राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष के प्रति खिलाफ नहीं हो सकते। पूरी जिम्मेदारी से 2 दिन यहाँ रहने के बाद, सारी पार्टी कार्यकर्ता बात करने के बाद, सारी चीजों को छोड़ के हमने तय किया कि बीजेपी को रोकना है, किसी भी कीमत पर रोकना है। हम लोग बीजेपी को सत्ता में नहीं आने देंगे, क्योंकि मैं निर्दोष होते 16 महीने जेल में रहा, 100 से ज्यादा मुकदमे। आज भी आप देख लो कि प्रेस को नहीं करने दे रहे हैं। मुख्यमंत्री खुद प्रेस करते हैं, प्रधानमंत्री मास्क उतार के घूमते हैं सारे में। तो बीजेपी ने जो 69,000 शिक्षक भर्ती घोटाले के, इन सबको रोकने के लिए हमने एक कदम बढ़ाया, सकारात्मक रही सब चीजें, लेकिन अंत समय में मुझे लगा कि अखिलेश जी को दलितों की जरूरत नहीं है।
On the other hand, Akhilesh Yadav, when he was asked about this, he said that the party was offering Chandrasekhar Azad 2 seats. He agreed to it, but then he got a call in the middle of the talks, and later he conducted a press conference and announced that there would be no alliance with Samajwadi Party. Now there are two versions of the story. So what exactly happened? According to an India Today report, the alliance talks had been underwent for at least last 6 months between the two parties. After the initial talks, the Azad Samaj Party was told by the senior partner that final negotiations would be made ahead of the announcement of elections. But due to some reasons, that did not happen. Now, initially, Chandrasekhar Azad asked for around 24 seats to contest, which was seen by Samajwadi Party as an unrealistic demand. However, during the talks, Chandrasekhar Azad asked for at least 10 seats to contest, but the Samajwadi Party made it clear that they would not be able to negotiate on more than 2 to 4 seats. So later, Chandrasekhar Azad demanded 5 seats, and finally, Akhilesh Yadav was ready to offer him 2 seats. Those were Rampur, Maniharan and Ghaziabad to contest, which was also accepted by Azad. It is also being said that Chandrasekhar Azad was also offered a position in the government if the SP-led alliance wins the UP Assembly polls. Some other reports also suggest that he was offered 3 seats and 1 MLC ticket as well. Now, the Azad Samaj Party, since it is based in Saharanpur and has a hold in Western Uttar Pradesh, it wanted more seats in that region, but as the Samajwadi Party had already finalized seat-sharing formula and given a chunk of the seats in Western Uttar Pradesh to Jayant Chaudhary's RLD, Rashtriya Lok Dal, the Samajwadi Party could only offer Chandrasekhar Azad 2 seats. So this is where the talks in fact went south. Now, will Azad Samaj Party go solo in the election, and will it harm the SP-RLD alliance in Western region remains to be seen. Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Also, before I go, please do subscribe to our channel, like this video and comment below it. And if you're watching this video on Facebook, please do like our page and share this video to as many people as possible. Thank you so much.